All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Men and women across the world, welcome again to another episode of Positive Lifestyle Management Awareness Session. And today I have my brother of the struggle, Mr. D Mac, aka Baby D on. But before we begin, we're gonna start by saying hit those like buttons, hit those notification buttons, hit the subscribe buttons to Positive Lifestyle Management. Support your brothers of the struggle. All right, so we're gonna begin. My man D Mac. You know what I'm saying? It's glad to have you on, man. It's been 30 some years that we've been knowing each other, man. So that's enough for me, man. Going to tell everybody, man, who you are, where you come from, man, how you come up. And we gonna go from there. We're gonna let it flow, bro. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm D Mac, man. A lot of people know me by Baby D. A lot of people know me by D Mac. I'm from Inglewood in Chicago. Um, um, it's a place where it was good when I was young. Then with the influx of drugs and guns and all that, it became a bad neighborhood or whatever. But we still love it. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of the brothers of the struggle. You know what I'm saying? It's not like it was forced upon me, but it was like a part of my environment. So that's the reason why I joined, because everybody in the neighborhood was that. But when I learned about what growth and development was, it made me more inspired to be that. So the principles that we was on, as far as education, economic, political, and social development, I was definitely a part of that. So I was one of the people at the time where we were doing the plug in, plug out. You had to be one of the men, or you didn't want to be one of the men. And I was a big part of that, helping the organization grow, as a youngster, so it was all good to me. It definitely was all good to me. So unfortunately I had caught a case early when I was a teenager. So spent the majority of my life in the penitentiary, where I learned a great deal about the organization that produced me as the man that I am today, because the principles that we were on was definitely enforced when I was locked up. So, I was a person that went to jail and didn't want to go, didn't want to. When you had a lot of time, you were like, hey, I need to get protection. You know what I'm saying? So I was one of them people. But they seen that I was a person, a school, an education person. They was like, no, you can't do that. You got to go to school. So I was kind of confused. Like, I thought this was what we about. So it's like, man, you got to go to school. I wanted to be on security and do so-called gangster stuff, but they was like, no, we want you in the education field. So, they made me go to school. They made me go to the law school, what I'm saying, to get my paralegal certificate. Everything was education for me, which was who I am. So I enjoyed what I did, you know what I'm saying? So
So let
all
me
the
ask you this
principles.
here. So let me
Yes.
ask you this here. Coming up in Inglewood, right? Because
Yeah.
the world hear a lot about Inglewood, man. They hear a whole lot about Inglewood, man, and how everything is in Inglewood, man. Especially when it comes to the organization, man, and everything, man. So just let me know, what was your role in the spread of the true essence of growth and development in Inglewood?
Well, when I became a part of it, I was just a regular member like everybody else. But I believe that the education part that I was a part of, and the character that I am, I had became a coordinator. And at that time, I had became a coordinator in my neighborhood. At that time, it really wasn't together. When I say that, we didn't have a lot of governors and regions and all that type of stuff. So the part of Inglewood that I was a part of didn't have nothing of that, So I became a coordinator. I was plugged with Dirk. Y'all know him as
Which
Big
Dirk?
Dirk.
Okay.
Big
Who is
Dirk.
Big Dirk?
Big Dirk is the father of Lil Durk, the rapper.
Oh, okay,
You know?
okay, all right. I wanted to explain that so the world can know who is Lil Durk, where Lil Durk come from, you know?
Right. He come from Inglewood too, so he's
Yeah,
the product of Big Dirk.
yeah.
So he was actually kind of our leader. So where I come from in Inglewood, it wasn't nobody that coordinated anything about the organization. So I became the coordinator there. And at that time, a coordinator had a lot of power. And I was one of the ones that had the power. So I had a lot of people on the count and everything. And we were just doing our thing. We was really about the organization. You know what I'm saying? It was really about plug in, plug out at the time. So, that's what we was doing. We was marching and everything, walking and everything. So when it first started, it was glorious. It definitely was glorious, you know?
See, when I came a part of the organization, I became a part in 1978. So we were still up under PGD then. So I come
Right.
up under Ike Taylor, G Sharp, J Long, Baby
Right.
K. These were the guys that I come up under up on the west side, and I'm from Cape Town. And so
Right.
the same way that the same thing that was going on the south side was going on the west side. But we didn't know this here, because I was under the impression, man, that Mr. Hoover was this mystical figure. Who we knew was Ike Taylor. Mr. Hoover was this mystical figure. We just heard his name. I had never seen a picture of him or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, but we was following this man, and in '81, I wound up going to St. Charles in 1981. And so I got to meeting a lot of the guys that was from different parts of the city. And I'm talking about, man, it was the best thing in the world to me, because we ain't have no money. We ain't have all these big cars and jewelry, wasn't no rap stuff going on. All we had was blue jeans, Bucks,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was us, you know what I'm saying? And we was repping the nation, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Putting in the work, becoming young voters of America, and we was doing everything that what we were supposed to do.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hoover, to me, when I did get a chance to meet him, I met him in 1986 when I made it to Stateville. And at this time, I'm talking about everybody, all the originals were in Stateville, with the exception of two people that wasn't in Stateville. That for the most part, all the rest of them was there. And so you talking about greatness, that's all I seen. So this is how I come up under them, and people that we got to be around later on in life, you know what I'm saying? The guys met later on in life. I met them early in life. And when I seen the chairman, I'm thinking I'm finna meet this big old strong, cock-strong dude, man, you know what I'm saying? But all the time, you meet him, he's just this ordinary, down-to-earth guy, and he would tell you, ask you what you want to do. And then, quite naturally, we was young, wild, radical, but we gonna tell him what we thought he wanted to hear, that I'm going to school, I'm gonna be educated. But he didn't know at this time that we was signing verbal contracts. And this is what the guys made us do. They made us go to school. They made us get our education. They made us learn. They protected us. They did everything that we were supposed to do. This is what we were doing. But what the world see of us is like we this horrible group of peoples. Like Mr. Hoover is this big old monster, you know what I'm saying? Like he just the worst person to ever walk on the face of the earth. And this is so far from the truth.
Right. Not to cut you off, but I believe that the reason that's been is that I got to put it out there where that a lot of negativity was going on while your concept or your vision was about positivity, but in the world, it's a different thing. You know, a lot of the stuff that they made and created, it was actually created in jail. So the world, when you had the influx of drugs and doing money, women, and all that, um it get mixed up where it's that, okay, y'all preaching this, the positive side, but y'all doing the negative side. So that's how, and he get the blame. Mr. Hoover gets the blame for everything, which is crazy, you know, because he is not the reason why I went to jail. You know what I'm saying? I knew better, you know. So I think a lot of people knew better. Some that do get manipulated and get sent off to do things, but I believe that the reason that he get backlash or the organization get backlash is because of the things that we were doing in the streets, which was contradictory to the vision and the laws and the policies that our organization was built upon. So, you know, that's what it was, you know. So, and then like I'm from Inglewood, so we take pride in being associated with him. You know, my mother particular know him really, really well. Went to school with him in grammar school, high school, all of that. So, you know, even when they was young teenagers, used to go partying at the old guys and gals, you know, people that's from Inglewood know where that's at. You know, she used to step with them and all that. I'm talking about all the whoever, you know, was around at that time. So, you know, it was a big pride of us being a part of growth and development at the time, you know. So,
Right.
you know, so that's what it was, you know.
It's this
Yeah.
this is this piece of a piece of our understanding, man, a piece of literature, man, that it really stands out to me, man, and that and I want us to go over this here, man. And give me
Okay.
your understanding of it, man. You know, we
Okay.
we building with each other, man. And it says it's dealing with the self-motivation in school study evaluation, right? And so,
Mm-hmm.
and it says the educational programs consist of teachers administering to the needs of the entire membership in regards to members having problems and those who would like to have a broader understanding of the objectives of the organization. This is done through members exchanging thoughts and group sessions discussing the organizational literature more in depth with other members under the guidance of a teacher. The general academic aspects of our educational programs entails reading, comprehending, spelling, math, science, political science, economics, social science, history, etc. Basically, we try to provide all the basic areas of education essential to a society of people, such as ourselves, who understand the values of education in referring to programs and progress and achievement of an organization. Now, these are the things that Mr. Hoover and the originals was stressing. But to us, this come out in 83. But to us, we were young. And like you said, we were still living in that negative aspects of what we thought we were supposed to do. So when you first start really seeing and understanding the true essence of the organization, how did it take you?
Well, when the real essence of it, and it's unfortunate. I was 18, 19 when I got locked up. So even though I knew, well, I can't say that I knew, but I could recite whatever we was about, like our laws and policies and all that. But when you're in the world, that's all it was really about is reciting. But when I came to jail and they gave me the emphasis on what it was about, because like I said before, I was confused about my role as one to be a part of the organization. I wanted to be on the tough side, which is the security side and all that. But they seen to me, which I didn't see, that we need you for something else. So that became education. They stressed that with me with the education, and I had became actually a teacher of all of that. So my inspiration on education with our guys is that I want to learn as much as possible, so I could steer our guys in the right direction. And also, I want to learn as much as possible so the world could see that I wasn't this horrible, super duper killer as they thought I was. You know how they portray you as to be. So I got up with my education and everything, and the goals and things that our organization was about, and tried to do it to perfection, damn near. So I tried to learn as much as possible so I could teach my guys the right way to do things. And if they come to me, I will give them the correct answer. So that was my inspiration to it. So when I actually found out the essence of the organization, it boosted my inspiration came more and more, because now it's like you were part of the growth and development of this organization at an early age. You know what I'm saying? So I was into it all.
So
So
let me ask
and
you
they
this.
called it, yeah.
So let me ask you this here. Today, we see that with all the understanding that you have of the organization, the true essence of the organization today, right?
Yeah.
What do you have to say to the men and women across America today that say they represent growth and development? What do you have to say to them?